Great. So now we're on to lecture two. What if there was no asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs? What would have happened? Well, would it have been Dinotopia? If you don't know Dinotopia, it's a great series. Probably not. Basically, because we were small mammals that lived only at night. The dinosaurs were big and scary. We wouldn't have interacted with them. We wouldn't have developed. We wouldn't have become the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs would have continued to rule the world. We wouldn't exist. So, what would that look like? That would look very different. So, if you know Kutzgast, this is an image of what we have as the dinosaurs, as like lizard creatures. Chances are they were much more gaudy than that. They were much more likely like birds. Oh, we could chase that for a while. So, what do we know about dinosaur behavior? A lot, actually. We can watch a lot of the dinosaur behavior based not only on their skeletons, but also on gut contents, eggs, nests, footprints, skin impressions, and dinosaur poop, which is always fun. So this animal was actually we can tell by the teeth that it was actually an herbivore, and it tells us a lot about how it ate. We can actually go into the gut systems for these animals and see what they were eating. CT scanning tells us what's happening inside their heads, air sacs versus brain size versus hormonal size, things like that. So CT scanning gives us a lot of information as well. How old did they get? Often, figure about 30 years for a Tyrannosaurus or Apatosaurus. That's probably average for about 30 years for them. And they had spurts in the teenage years, just like humans. So we can also see the skin of the dinosaurs in fossilized form. So this is some skin that happened here, and there's some more skin here. And then we also have some recent stuff where we really can see the actual feathers preserved on these animals. So you can see feathers and fur, and you can see that these animals were very gaudy, very different from the image that we had as dinosaurs even 20 years ago. Did they have mating rituals? Yes, they have. We have images of these are scrapes that are basically showing how macho the male bird and dinosaur is and how good it is at making nests. And so it would scrape and show the animal, the female, hey, look how great I am at making nests. You should be my partner. They had a single opening called the cloaca. It's a dual-use organ for sex or excretion. Male birds or crocodilians have a penis that emerges from the cloaca. We think that's probably what happens for the dinosaurs as well. How does the Stegosaurus become intimate? That's an interesting question. But Ankylosaurus in live color, the female had eggshell forming material. So you can see on the skeleton whether or not the skeleton is male or female based on the medullary bone lining and the inside of their leg bone cavities. So you can tell whether or not they're male and female. Playtime. Here's a bunch of dinosaurs doing something. They're playing, running around. They get a better look at how big or small they are. And the tracks overlap, so they're running around with each other. And here it looks like there was actually like a disco almost, that these animals crossed this area many, many times. These are huge animals that crossed water. We didn't previously think they crossed water, land being in land, water being in water, but in fact, they did both. Egg stealer to good parents. So this is Oviraptor. They was named as egg stealer, but it in fact shows that they actually probably were much better at taking care of their own, and that they weren't stealing somebody else's eggs. They were taking care of their own eggs. So that's changing as well. And of course, Myosaurus being very, very much the animal that we think of as being a really good parent, nesting in large colonies, taking care of their children. Very much a creature that I guess we respect it. And then there's also signs of stuff like crocoliths actually putting their eggs inside an Allosaurus's nest. So this kind of parasitism, basically, who's better to take care of your baby than an Allosaurus? And so you basically, cuckoo birds today do the same thing. They put their eggs in another person's nest. So some bird dinosaurs just survived, and they survived to this very day because they had better forebrains. The front of their brain was better and more formatted, so they're more able to change, to adapt, if you will, to the new world with this massive asteroid. So that's the end of lecture 2. Thanks for coming.